Chapter 1, Reunion, Part 2. Life in a complex city can still be simple: work, eat, and sleep, that's all. After a busy period of adaptation, the days turned into repetitive numbness. Sheng, I've been looking for you everywhere. As soon as Mosheng stepped into the magazine office, she heard someone calling from afar. What's up? Actually quite young, he was another photographer at the magazine and his surname was Li. Since he often used the word white, everyone called him Lao Bai, Old White. He was very skilled at handling celebrities, and thus, he was in charge of photographing the cover subjects. My wife is about to give birth. Can you help me with the photo shoot for Xiao model tomorrow? Mosheng hesitated. I don't have a problem with it, but I heard that Xiaoda's temper is very strange. She doesn't cooperate with people she doesn't know. Lao Bai also thought about that and said, how about you give it a try first, and if it doesn't work out, then you can call me. The next day, when Mosheng saw the stunning and elegant Xiao model, she was completely stunned. She wasn't familiar with domestic celebrities and had never seen a photo of Xiao before. She had no idea that Xiao looked so much like her college friend from back in the days. But her college friend was a simple and clumsy rural girl, while the person before her had slender legs, a skillful and charming way of smoking. Mosheng didn't dare to believe it. Maybe they just looked alike. But Xiao model squinted her eyes and gave her a sly look, then walked gracefully to stand in front of her. What? Don't recognize me? Xiao Mei. Ha ha. She laughed sarcastically. Yes, it's me. Ah, Sheng, you know Xiao, a colleague who came along asked excitedly. In our freshman year, she was my roommate. In college, roommates are usually the closest. Xiaoda's agent also chimed in. It's just a photo shoot, let's get started. Xiaoda grew impatient. She had really changed a lot. Mosheng thought while taking pictures. The person in front of the camera was no longer the cute and clumsy Xiao Mei. Then who was she? Perhaps nobody was the same. A good photographer could capture the soul of the person in front of the lens, but Mosheng couldn't capture Xiaoda's soul. Maybe it was her lack of skills, or perhaps the person in front of the lens had no soul at all. Xiaoda seemed hollow, a kind of despairing hollowness that made her shine red. After finishing the shoot, Xiaoda waved her hand. That's enough for today. But Xiaoda, we still have. Her agent hurriedly said. Enough. Xiaoda said flatly, then turned to Mosheng. Let's go for a coffee. We should celebrate this reunion with a drink, but unfortunately, my stomach is acting up recently, so I have to settle for coffee. Coffee is fine, or maybe you should have some milk. Mosheng didn't know what to say. She had so many questions but didn't know where to start. I don't diet. Xiaoda smiled mockingly. I drink. Xiao Mei. Mosheng was shocked by the self-loathing expression on her face. She grabbed Xiaoda's hand in excitement. How did she become like this? Xiaoda reflexively pulled her hand away, leaving Mosheng stunned. The atmosphere became awkward and silent. You've changed a lot, Mosheng finally said in a bitter tone. Yes, do you remember when we were freshmen? I had a secret crush on someone. One day I told him I liked him, and he accepted, but he didn't love me. Then Xiao Mei died, and now I am Xiaoda. In just a few sentences, Mosheng was heartbroken. She couldn't ask anything more. After a while, Xiao coldly said, "You haven't changed much. You still have that fake and insincere appearance. How could you bear to leave the dazzling United States and come back?" These words hurt Mosheng, but thinking about it, she was indeed the one at fault. She left without a word back then, and for 7 years, there was no word from her, which was her fault to their friendship. At that time, I left in a hurry. You don't need to tell me all this. Xiao interrupted her. You should tell all this to HeYiSheng. HeYiSheng. Why was she bringing him into this? Mosheng remembered that day when he and Yi Mei were together. I think he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. Do you think everyone is as heartless and unfeeling as you? Xiao's voice became agitated. In those few days when you disappeared, he searched for you like crazy. He even waited downstairs at your dormitory all the time. But what did he wait for? Xiao accused her with a cold gaze. Several people came and took away your belongings and told us, that you had gone to the United States and might never come back. Mosheng, you're really ruthless. Xiao paused and said again, I will never forget how he looked at that time, as if he had been hollowed out in an instant, desperate to the extreme, so pitiful that no one could bear to look at him. He was such a proud person, but he actually showed such an expression. Mosheng listened in a daze. Did all these things really happen? Maybe he felt guilty. Zhao Mosheng, it was you who abandoned him and went to the United States. You should feel guilty. Xiao said coldly. Xiao Mei, you don't understand. I have eyes to see. Mosheng stopped speaking. Everyone thought it was she who abandoned him, wasn't it? But it was him who said those things. He said he didn't want to see her again. He said he would rather never know her. He told her to go as far away as possible. It was him. After saying goodbye to Xiao, Mosheng walked on the street in early summer, her mind still echoing Xiao's words. He later stayed alone. Yi Mei. Isn't she his sister? They didn't end up together. So why did she leave back then? Why did he say those words? She opened her hand and saw a piece of paper lying steadily in her palm with the address of Yuan Xianghe Law Firm written on it. Xiao said, maybe you need this. She didn't come here on purpose, she was just passing by. But she was already inside the Yuan Xianghe Law Firm now. The receptionist greeted her apologetically with a smile. Mr. He is not in the office. Do you have an appointment? Mosheng couldn't tell if she was feeling lost or relieved. No. You have something to discuss. I can pass the message to him, or... The receptionist glanced at the clock. You can wait here for a while. Attorney, he will be back soon. Oh, it's all right. I'll come back another time. Mosheng took a few steps outside but then turned back. This is attorney He's wallet. Can you please give it to him? Thank you. This is probably the result. Fate is often shallow, but love can run deep. Sheng, how does working abroad compare to working in China? It was almost time to get off work, and the people at the magazine were not focused on their work. During a casual chat, someone suddenly asked Mosheng this question. Mosheng looked around and saw that the boss was not around. The salary is much higher. That's rare. Those of us who can't go abroad envy you so much, a colleague said indignantly. Did you experience any discrimination over there? A little. Actually, it's nothing to be concerned about. Hong Kong people also look down on mainlanders. De Bao, who had returned from Hong Kong, shared his experiences. It's easy to say that when you haven't experienced it yourself. Once, my boss said in front of all my colleagues that there were no real artists in China. I got so angry that I've never felt so genuinely Chinese in my life. I pointed at that foreign old man's nose and said, "What do you know about Chinese art? When we Chinese are doing art, you Americans didn't even know what it was." "Wow, that's fierce. You've got integrity." Everyone applauded and praised her. Then they all asked together, "So, what excuse did they use to fire you in the end?" Well, Mosheng cried and laughed. Although Americans are arrogant, their tolerance is somewhat proportional to their physique. One day, my boss actually took out some Chinese calligraphy materials from nowhere and asked me to write some Chinese characters for him to hang in the living room. Wow, is that true? Can you read Chinese characters, Sheng? I showed off my skills like Xing Banqiao. I poured all the ink onto the rice paper, pretended to brush for a long time, and stunned those Americans. But to be honest, if I didn't write those characters myself, I wouldn't have recognized them either. What did you write? "You are barbarians." A colleague sprayed out their tea. Amidst the laughter, someone called from afar, "Sheng, someone is looking for you." Mosheng turned her head and saw the self-proclaimed fairy of flowers, the gossipy Huaxianzi, running over. There's a handsome, cold, and charming man waiting in the reception room. He looks like a successful urban elite young talent. "Aw, Sheng, you just returned to the country, and you've already hooked up with such a good catch. The real deal is always hidden." As it is said, if Huaxianzi says it, pigs can fly. Generally speaking, her words should be divided by 2, and sometimes multiplied by a negative number. But Mosheng was very curious. She had just returned to the country and didn't know many people who could be looking for her. She never expected it would be him. In the reception room, a handsome man stood with his back to her, looking out the window. It was surprisingly HeYiChen. When he heard the door open, he turned around, and his cold gaze fell upon her, his expression unchanged. Huaxianzi's words were not exaggerated. He was indeed handsome and extraordinary, with a tall and well-built figure accentuated by the perfectly tailored suit. He exuded the same confidence and composure as before, but with an added touch of authority. She was rendered speechless. He calmly nodded and greeted her, "Miss Xiao." "Miss Xiao." Mosheng felt like laughing, but it was too difficult. "Mr. He." She gestured towards the chairs in the room, "Please have a seat." She took out some tea leaves and lowered her head, trying to hide her emotions. She couldn't be as indifferent as him, so she had to conceal her excitement. "What would you like to drink?" Thank you, I'm fine." His gaze remained cool. "I will say what I need to and then leave." "Oh, you came to find me. How did you know I was here?" He paused for 5 seconds before speaking, Xiao. "I am her lawyer." Is there something you need?" His tone was icy. "Miss Xiao came to our law firm 3 days ago and said she would visit again, but you haven't shown up, so I had to come in person." Mosheng was surprised, looking up to meet his intense gaze. "How did you know?" She hadn't left her name, so how did he know that the wallet belonged to her? "Miss Xiao, I happen to possess basic reasoning abilities," he said sarcastically. "Had this basic reasoning ability." Mosheng stared at the wall. "I went there to return the wallet. Since you already have it, there's no need for you to make another trip." A flicker of light passed through HeYichen's eyes. "Besides returning the wallet, Do you have anything else? What else could she have? Mosheng was at a loss, nothing else. Very well. His eyes seemed to carry a hint of disappointment as he stepped closer to her, but I do. He took out the black wallet and placed it in front of her. There was a photo in here. Do you know where it is? Of course, she knew. Mosheng lowered her head. Was there? I didn't notice. Oh. Apart from money, there was nothing else in the wallet. How did Miss Xiao know that the wallet belongs to me? Mosheng was speechless. She almost forgot that he was a lawyer and was adept at finding loopholes in people's words. If she wanted to deceive him, she had to weigh her own credibility. He bent down slightly. Miss Xiao, could you return the photo to me? Mosheng suddenly found it inexplicable. What did he mean? On one hand, he acted like a stranger, but on the other hand, he asked her for the photo. The person in the photo is me. Why should I give it to you? Miss Xiao, I advise you not to discuss issues of ownership with a lawyer, he said coldly. Mosheng felt deflated. She didn't know how to deal with this HeYiChen, who was unfamiliar to her and whom she couldn't handle. The photo isn't here. Give it to me tomorrow. Tomorrow I have. Miss Xiao. HeYiChen interrupted her. I suggest we don't get too involved with each other. It's best to let bygones be bygones. Let bygones be bygones. Mosheng fell silent for a moment, then said, What do you want the photo for? Who knows? HeYiChen's gaze was deep. Maybe I want to keep it by my side to remind me of that foolish past. Foolish, yes, how foolish. She actually had expectations. HeYiChen made a decision. I'll come to collect it tomorrow. If you're busy, you can ask someone else to hand it over. Goodbye, Miss Xiao. He walked away, grasping the doorknob. Just as he was about to leave, he heard Mosheng's soft voice. Wait, tomorrow, I'll send it over. Okay. HeYiChen turned back with an expressionless face. Thank you for your cooperation. See you tomorrow. Mosheng watched his tall figure leave, stupefied. She never thought that their reunion would be like this. They didn't even exchange a simple, long time no see. A foolish past. In front of the mirror in her bedroom, Mosheng stared at the woman reflected in it. If she tied her short hair into a ponytail and let her tanned skin turn a little paler, if she could smile without any restraint, full of exuberance, most importantly, if she could remove the despondence that accumulated over the past 7 years and regain her innocence, then she would become Xiao Mosheng, who had just started college and met HeYiChen. How foolish, how foolish. How foolish, how foolish. How did she manage to cling on to HeYiChen? She wasn't quite sure herself. But HeYiChen was even more at a loss. In any case, she chased after him relentlessly. Until one day, he couldn't take it anymore and asked sternly, Xiao Mosheng, why do you always follow me? If she were as she was now, she would probably feel ashamed beyond measure. But at that time, she was so innocent that she opened her eyes wide and asked, Is it because you are stupid, or am I stupid? Ah, you are so smart, so it must be me who is stupid. How can I fail so miserably? I've been chasing you for so long, and you don't even know what I'm doing. He was dumbfounded for a moment. Later, he mentioned this incident and said with a mix of amusement and annoyance that he had intended to make her feel ashamed with his questioning. Who could have guessed that this world would have such a thick-skinned young woman who turned the tables on him? So, when the intelligent law student finally reacted, he could only stammer, I don't intend to find a girlfriend in college. She was so naive that she couldn't even hear the excuse, and she asked without hesitation, "Then can I wait in line now? Can I have priority admission after you graduate?" Faced with such an unreasonable opponent, the eloquent debater lost his eloquence and fled with the excuse of having a class. She was, of course, not disheartened. But before she could think of a better approach, she unexpectedly heard rumors spreading at the university. The law student named Yi Chen had a girlfriend named Xiao Mo Sheng, and the name was quite peculiar. Without hesitation, she rushed to find Yi Chen in the study room and hurriedly explained, "I didn't spread the rumors. You have to believe me." He raised his head from the book and looked at her with a clear gaze. "I know." How did you know?" she asked, puzzled. With ease, Yi Chen replied, "Because I started them." This time, it was her turn to be dumbfounded, and he calmly analyzed, "I've considered it. If 3 years from now, you are destined to be my girlfriend, why not exercise my rights ahead of time?" Ha! Those were the days. The woman in the mirror slightly curved her lips into a smile, but the smile hadn't yet reached her eyes when it disappeared. Standing on the balcony, gazing at the bright moon and sparse stars, tomorrow should be a good day.